Hello guys, welcome back to Knitting Catalog. I'm happy to be in your presence today. Today is another beautiful day for a crop top sweater, adult crop top sweater. That's the tutorial we are going to, go into today. And I'm going to use yeye ball with metallic yarn, a gold metallic yarn with it. So you can see it right there. And guys, I'm going to go into the back right now, and I've already cast on 75 by 75 needle. That's the needle I'm going to use, and I'm knitting large size. I'm knitting large size. So this is 75 by 75 needle, and I'm going to use tension 6 all through. So remember, tension 6 all through. There another beautiful thing in Another beautiful thing in this tutorial is I'm going to use our last tutorial, the tuck stitches that we use with katsu is what I want to use for this adult crop top sweater. So I've told you I'm using yeye ball, and yeye ball is 3-ply wool. So I'm using it with a metallic, gold color yarn. So right now I'm going to knit 40 rows of rib one by one, 75 by 75, and tension 6, then knit 40 rows right now. So I'm going to use my method. So just go ahead and use the method you are used to. Then casting on right now, and I'm going to hang the comb right now. Then go ahead and knit the 40 rows right now. I'm going to set this so that it won't be bending towards one side. So that's it. Then just for security's sake, I'm going to hang this and set my row counter to 1, because I just knitted 1 as cast on rows right now. Then that's it. Then I'm going to go ahead and knit 40 rows. So guys, you can see what we have after folding it right now, and this is 40 rows being folded. So I'm going to knit 2 rows right now. So that's it. I've closed the rib. So right now I'm going to knit with waist yarn, contrast color, so that I can be able to turn this right now. So I'm going to drop it, just knit on it without yarn. Then I'm going to turn, then I'll fix back. So guys, my carriage is already here, because I know that my yarn is going to be here after turning it. So I'm going to go ahead right now and set my punch card, for the tucks pattern. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just go ahead and watch my last video on Card 2, tucks pattern on Card 2, to know how to operate the tucks pattern. So I'm going to set it right now. I've already set my card according to the tucks pattern stitches. So guys, I'm going to turn this knob, and knit 1 row right now. Remember, it's still tension 6, 1 row. Then I'm going to hang weight on the work right now. Make sure you centralize your weight. That's it, guys. Then I'm going to open my card to small, then press this to start knitting in tucks pattern. Then I'm going to change my row counter back to 0 0 right now. That's it. And knit 240 rows. I'm going to knit 240 rows with tension 6. So guys, you can see what we have right now. So this is the end of the rows. So we are having 240 rows after the rib. So I'm going to knit 2 rows with tension 10 and bind off. So I'm going to off all the setting and fix the carriage on plain knitting, then tension 10. So I'm going to, because I've removed the weight on the work right now, so I'm going to push all the needle to front to E position so that I won't lose any stitches there. So I'm going to bind off right now, guys. So guys, we are the front side right now, and I'm going to, share the work into two because it's buttoned down, V-neck button down. I'm going to go ahead and knit in my rib. You could remember how we rib the back side of it, then knit it, turn it, and fix it back on the knitting machine. So remember, it's tension 6. Tension 6 all through. So guys, you can see what we have after turning it and fix it back. So my carriage is supposed to be here because this is where the yarn is. So I'm going to press this. So I'm going to just go like this and move my carriage to the side and once right now. Then press this button back, and that's it. So right now we are going to go into the knitting of the punch card. So I'm going to roll my card to the position. Yes, and it's already on hold. So I'm going to knit one row. By informing this machine, I want to knit in punch card. So knitting one row right now. That's it. So guys, you remember that you have to hang weight on it, enough weight on it. Okay. This and this. Then I'm going to set my row counter. That's it. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and press this and open the card. And now we want to continue knitting. I need to explain to you that the body rows is 240. So now at the front side we need to shape for the V-neck, and the V-neck is going to be wide. It's just a fancy crop sweater. So I'm going to share the 240 right now. So right now I'm going to knit 60 rows in my pattern. I'm going to knit 60 rows in my pattern. So let's do that, guys. So guys, we are at 60 rows right now. So what we need to do is to minus 60 rows from 240, and we are having 180. So that 180 rows is going to be for the V-neck shaping. So the needle I want to remove for this V-neck is 50 needles. 50 needles at this right side right now. I'm going to remove 50 needles. So what I need to do again, guys, is to, share the way I want to remove the 50 needles from the work, and as well knit 180 rows. That's the secret behind, shaping the neck. So what I need to do right now is to know how many times I'm going to decrease my needle and how many rows I'm going to knit. So I've calculated that behind the camera. You have to do it. There's no magic there. So I now resort to decreasing 2 needles and knit 6 rows. So by doing that, I will have knit 150 rows. So that is 150 rows at 50 needles out of the work. Then I will still have 30 rows to knit. That 30 rows is going to be straight. I'm going to knit it straight. So right now, let's see how to do that. So I'm going to use one of my multiple transfer tools, the needle transfer tools. I'm going to use this. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead at this side, guys. At this side, at center zero, we cast on from center zero to 75 needle, because the back is 75 by 75. So sharing the work into two, and I'm going to, shape here, not here. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is 5, you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and set the 5 needle, just like this, and pick the 5 needles together just like this. Then I'm going to overlay these 2 needles on these 2 needles, that is, I've decreased 2. Then I'm going to bring this out. That's it, guys. Then decrease. Then I'm going to pull them out because it's having multiple stitches and loops. So I'm going to push them out to the position on my brother knitting machine and knit. I don't need to engage hold on button because it's just one side I'm knitting. So I'm going to knit 6 rows right now. So guys, you can see the way it is right now. So I'm going to do this for 25 times. 25 times. Then by that time, the 50 needles have been removed. So guys, let's see how to do this. We are at the last decrease right now. So guys, we are at the end of the decrease right now. So I'm going to remove the weight and shift it up a little. Then I'm going to reduce the weight to 1. So guys, I'm going to knit the remaining 30 rows, then bind off. So guys, you can see the 2 front bodies right now. You can see. So just knit the second side of the sweater and follow the same way we knitted this right side, and make sure that you shape at the center zero, to 50. So that's it, guys. You can see what we have right now. We are going to knit sleeve. So guys, you can see what we have. We are into the sleeve right now, and the sleeve is going to be a puff sleeve. So I've already fixed on 75 by 75 needle to make it big sleeve, and I'm going to need 270 rows. Remember, this is our front side. So when you want to fix, make sure you did not pick so much so that it won't have that joining showing. So you can see what we have, 75 by 75, still knitting in my tux pattern with tension 6. So right now I'm going to go and knit for the sleeve is 270 rows. Then you knit the band is 40 rows, still with the tension 6 and fold. So you are going to see that right now. Put the necessary weight on. So I'm going to make my card to start at the normal row. So then put it on hold, knit one row by turning this, and knit one row. So tension 6, guys. That's it. So you can see that you did not notice the joining, just pick little by little there. So I'm going to check through what I knitted right now if it's perfect. So if there's no droppings, just check around, then I can continue knitting. I told you earlier the sleeve is 270, but I'm going to knit 264, then I will come back. So guys, the rows is now 266. You know, I told you that it's going to be 270. So right now I want to, you know, reduce the stitches for this sleeve band. So I'm going to reduce by, you know, by doing away with the punch card, knitting. Then I'm going to knit in plain right now. So I'm going to knit 2 rows right now. So that's it, guys. Then I'm going to, you know, reduce the stitches by doing it in form of rib 1 by 1. So I'm going to reduce the stitches that way. I'm going to go across all the stitches and reduce the stitches by doubling the stitches in another needle, just like this. So you can see what we have right now, guys. So I'm going to knit another 2 rows, making 270 right now. That's it, guys. Then I'm going to knit in waist yarn in order to, you know, remove them and fit them back on the needle. That is around 37 by 37 or 37 38 needles thereabouts. So I'm going to fix and let's see what we have. So knitting with waist yarn right now. So you can see what we have. I'm going to drop it. That's it, and turn it. So guys, after the reduction of the stitches, right now we are having 76 stitches. This is 76 stitches right now. So I'm going to reduce them back to 33 by 33 needle. That is, I'm going to do some plus and minus and reduce them back to 33 by 33 needle for the cuff sleeve. So there are some stitches that is going to, you know, take double, right? So what you need to do is to just get your 33 by 33 needle outside the machine, bring them back to B position and start to fix. Make sure all these stitches enter the 33 by 33 needle. Just make your calculation and, you know, do it. So I'm going to lose the waist yarn right now. So that's it, guys. So guys, I'm going to continue knitting. You can see my carriage around here, so I'm going to continue knitting. Right now I'm going to knit one row to close this right now. That's it. Then I'm going to select my needle back to rib 1 by 1 and knit 40 rows, then fold and bind off. You know that the band for the body of this sweater, this band is rib 1 by 1, and you still remember that we are using tension 6. So I'm going to go ahead and select to rib 1. So guys, you can see what we have. You can see the sleeve right now. You can see what we have. So guys, you can see what we have after sewing it. So, you know, this is the ball sleeve. So it's time right now to fix the button bound and buttonhole bound. So you can see what we have. So it's going to be into 4 parts. I'm going to knit it into 4 parts because it's so wide. It cannot enter the bed at the same time. So I'm going to share the front into 2. You know, I'm going to go to the back side. You can see I'm going to go to the back side and match this shoulder line with the shoulder line in the front, the 2 shoulder line in the front, and match them together just like this. You can see this is the shoulder line. Then to look for the center of the back, so you can see the center of the back here. So I'm going to mark it with chalk. So that's it. So it's going to be the half of the band right now. So I'm going to go ahead right now and fix from the back side that I just marked to where the V shaping starts from here. You know, this is the V shaping point where we start the shaping from. So I'm going to fix along this seam down to the center of the back, and I'm going to fix that way too. Then I'm going to fix here separate, and that is where the button hole and button band will be. Then same here, you know, one of them is going to take buttonhole and one of them is going to take button band. So I'm going to fix this place separate. I'm going to fix here separate, so making 4 points, you know, for fixing. Here is number 1, and from here to the center is number 2. Then from the center to this other way around, number 3. Then here is number 4, and from there I'm going to make my buttonhole, and the other side is going to be a band for button to hold the button. So guys, let's see how. After identifying how I want to share the band, because of the space on the knitting machine bed is not enough for the whole band to be knitted, I'm going to knit one of the longer band, you know, for the shaping of the V-neck to the band that will fit on that place. So I'm going to cast on 70 by 70 needles and knit in rib 40 rows with tension 7. Guys, I'm using tension 7. So this is 70 by 70 right now. So I'm going to go ahead right now and, you know, cast on, just cast on in your own method. Then I'm going to grab my yarn and knit the first row, change my tension to 7, then knit the first row and hang my cope on it. So I'm going to centralize this. Then maybe hang little weight on it, hang weight on it. Then I'm going to continue in this format, you know, rib 1 by 1. I'm going to continue knitting in this rib for 40 rows with tension 7. So guys, this is 40 rows right now. So I'm going to fold the band. So removing and that's it. Then folding the band right now. So guys, you can see what we have right now. So I'm going to knit 2 rows right now, to close the rib. So that's it, guys. Then right now I'm going to get the yarn, so I'm going to measure just twice of this length with the yarn right now. You can see what I'm doing. That's it. Then I'm going to cut it, break the yarn and knit with waist yarn, maybe 4 rows. So knit with waist yarn 4 rows or thereabouts. That's it. Then I'm going to drive empty carriage on it. And this is one of the V-neck side band, and this is the second one. This is the second one. So we are having 2. That the left side and the right side is complete, right? So right now we are going to go into the button holder and buttonhole bound. So the button holder is going to be 45 needles. So I'm going to go to center zero here. That's the first needle at this side. Then I'm going to push out 45 needles for the buttonhole. So this is 45 needles right now. I'm going to knit in rib as well, just the same row with the same tension, 7. So I'm going to knit 40 rows and fold for the button holder. Then the second side is going to be buttonhole, bound. So just the same way, I'm going to drop it as well. So making sure the bands are complete before fixing it on the project. So this is 45 needles right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and cast on in rib. That's it. Then hang my comb. So I'm going to hold it this way and continue knitting in rib 40 rows with tension 7. So this is it, guys. So folding it right now. So guys, you can see what we have. I'm going to knit 2 rows on it. So I'm going to double the yarn on the work, just like that, and break the yarn, then knit few rows of waist yarn on this work and drop it. So this is going to be the same thing with the buttonhole. So I'm going to use 4 needles for my buttonholes, 4 needles and 4 needles. Just make sure you use your method of creating a buttonhole. So guys, let's attach the band to the body of the sweater. So you can see where I'm marking at the back, shoulder to shoulder. Then the marking here is the half of the front side V-neck facing. I'm going to face from here to this place the shaping starts from. So that's one of the longest band right now. So I'm going to face this right now, making sure the tux pattern side is facing me. So I'm going to make sure it's facing me. Then I'm going to go to 70. I'm going to go to 70 right now, from the marking. Then I'm going to start from 70 right now. Just pick little seam. So here is 70 right now. Then I'm going to stretch it you know, to the starting point of v-neck shaping. But before then, I'm going to turn and, you know, divide this into two so that this side will be on 0, you know, center 0, and this will go to 70. Make sure you divide it just like this. Then I'm going to go ahead and fix here on 0, you know, on center 0. That's it. Then the starting of the v-neck shaping is going to be at the 70 at this side. So make sure you pick at the tip, at the edge of it, guys, because it's going to shrink back. That's the one problem with rib, is going to shrink back. Don't pick too much allowances, you know, the seam allowance, don't pick too much. So that's it, guys. Then I'm going to face round. You can see the work of this as well. Our last video, my last video, discussed about using this in your project, making it to be fast. So twisting it right now. This is the band to fit in on this front side right now. So you remember the 70 by 70 band that we make with rib for it. So this is going to fit in, and I'm going to face, this is the front side, so you make the front side to face the front side and fix it on it, then knit one row and, you know, bind off. So that will be the one side of the band according to the sharing into 4. So I'm going to start to fix. So I'm going to fix right now at the mouth of the needle. You know, you have already pushed all of them to E position, so I'm not going to drag this in. I'm going to fix it at the mouth of the needle. So guys, you can see what we have after fixing it, you know, 70 by 70, and I fix it. So this goes in first and lap to the gate of the knitting machine. So right now I'm going to, you know, close the latches, because this fixing is at the mouth of the needle, you know, so it's at the hook. So I'm going to close the latches right now. So the latches are now closed, so I'm now going to shift the needle in little by little, monitoring the latches so that they can penetrate inside the body of the sweater. So I want it to knit inside the sweater, not to, you know, so monitoring the latches and push. Push in. So with this way, the band is being attached, knitting in inside the body of the sweater. So you can see what we have. So I'm going to knit one row and bind off. So make sure your binding off is not tight, make it moderate loose.